My current exhibition grew out of a shift in my practice. I moved from black and white tonal monoprints on paper to full color drawings and spatial installations. To push myself forward, I paused printmaking for 6 months. That break gave me the space to explore color with pencil, which is portable, immediate, and flexible enough to use on location, whether outdoors, at conferences, or in community spaces. This mobility aligned with the direction of my life, which was increasingly rooted in protests, gatherings, and even camping. My work is inspired by people who may not be recognized as public figures, but who form the heart of community. I'm also especially grateful to Ellen Gabriel, whose lifelong dedication to peace and human rights continues to guide me. I think of the Idle No More movement, founded in Big River, Saskatchewan, where my family is from. I also honor women like Molly Wickham and the land defenders who risk everything to protect our shared home, the earth. When visitors enter the exhibition, they step onto an orange floor built on a 4-inch wooden platform, commissioned from Raf Corey. The color orange honors the victims, survivors, and descendants of the residential school system and its genocidal policies. Since 2013, the National Day for Truth and Reconciliation has been marked every September 30th. When I learned my show would overlap with this date, I immediately wanted to ground the viewer in orange as a temporary space that evokes both remembrance and the concealment of history, particularly the unmarked graves of children at residential schools. Scattered through the exhibition are 4 towers made of wooden children's blocks. They evoke early education and the idea that many pieces build a whole. The white towers reference colonial institutions of knowledge. Yet, at their bases, the color begins to emerge. Ribbons recalling traditional skirts and ceremonial practices. Ribbons appear in my drawings as well, woven into landscapes of my prairie homeland in Saskatchewan. Ribbon skirts remind the wearer of their contact with the earth, grass, plants, our mother. In my drawings, ribbons thread through landscapes that tilt, curve, and even flip upside down, a reminder of resilience and connection in a disoriented world. One tower stands apart, built entirely of green blocks. It represents the natural world as a compass for learning. Its stacking alludes to turtles climbing on one another's backs, a reference to the Haudenosaunee creation story. These spatial elements form a narrative and an urgent invitation to re-examine education and knowledge systems, whether as Indigenous people, allies, or global citizens. Grids also appear throughout the exhibition. They echo the everyday environment of city life, such as construction sites, barriers, and fences. As a motif, the grid anchors my organic compositions and raises questions. Where does this drawing take place? Who belongs here? Who has access to knowledge? And who does not? The exhibition's title was suggested by my Aunt Gloria Red Iron of Big River First Nation, Saskatchewan. She worked for years interviewing residential school survivors for the Truth and Reconciliation Council. She observed that my earlier shows at McBride during the COVID confinement explored individuality within larger cultural contexts, especially through intimate relationships like parenthood. This exhibition, however, was created in the aftermath of confinement, as I entered a new stage of my career and becoming a tenure track professor during a time of censorship and academic repression. Education in its many forms is my world. It is layered. Students, administrators, faculty, scholars, researchers, and the broader communities that cross between academia and society. This show reflects my perspective as an Indigenous professor working within colonial structures and the observations I have made over recent years.